Hmm. Hey everybody, great to be back. Yes, I was on a cruise and so the jet lag was real, but I had some interesting experiences on that ship, which I'm going to share with you in another video. Right now, I wanted to back up because before I understood that you didn't have to be born a medium to be a medium, I went through experiences that I had no explanation for. So we call that, Suzanne Giesman calls that NOEs, no other explanation. So I'm going to back up to about 2012. I was relatively new to Arizona, the state of Arizona, with my late husband. And for some reason, that weekend, I was driving his um, Camaro. I don't like Camaros. I didn't enjoy the drive, but for some reason, he had my car. And a Camaro has a very long nose. I don't know if you are familiar with the Camaros. They have a very long nose. You sit kind of low. It's kind of hard to see in front of you. And I'm driving along in Phoenix somewhere. Again, I don't remember why. I was probably networking because in those days I was a road warrior going from one meeting to another. And I'm driving along a street in Phoenix, which feels like a highway, but you have to literally come to a complete stop before you turn into let's call it a strip mall or a row with all those um, shops. So you are very aware that if you are approaching an address you want, you've got to slow down because you want the cars behind you to know that you're slowing down. And I'm driving along, and out of nowhere, a car comes perpendicular to mine. Okay, so I'm here, and it goes like this in front of me. I hit my brakes so quick, and even thinking about it right now, and this is why I know it was real, because I think about it in the minute details as if it was just happened. This is going back 13 years ago now, right? 2012, whatever, you do the math. So I hit the brakes, and in slow motion, I can see people around me freeze. Like I saw the woman pushing the baby carriage freeze. I saw somebody go like that. So there was this peripheral vision happening as we nearly collided, missing that car by 1 inch. And even talking about it now, it gives me chills. I get a lump in my throat because my adrenaline shot up. But the way I'm going to understand this now and explain it to you, and I am going to read a little bit that I heard Dr. Sue Morter explain. At the time, I had no understanding that literally time slowed down and stood still. It was I wish I could convey to you. It's like almost in the movies where you see, and they've done that, right? AI slow motion, or maybe it wasn't AI at the time. It was just simply great cinematic, special effects, right? Car comes, this one shoots in front of me to go and lands in a parking spot. And I am after hitting the brakes and coming to a complete stop, and then I kept going, it was like that. I still see the people. So I've always had this thought, I've always had this memory. I had no explanation. And I was listening to Dr. Sue Morter, and if you don't know who she is, look her up, Morter. And she says time slowed down or even froze, and she explains this phenomenon this way. Flow is our true nature. We have to learn to be present. So when that happened, I was in the immediate present. Okay? When we're fully present, we learn faster, we hear, sense, and perceive from the unified field because we have a body that is built to perceive and read the read the universal mind as our own. Now, she goes on, and there's all kinds of information about quantum coherence. The photons in the room begin to align in the room. I mean, there's all kinds of science behind this, but it was a true phenomenon. And this is one of the things that I experienced before I understood you didn't have to be born a medium to be a medium. Now, it's possible I was born a medium, I just never knew it. But if you're curious, there are ways for you to find out as well. Have you ever had an experience that you have no other explanation for? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I've got a few more of these I will be recording because if you understand, I'm connecting the dots. I literally am starting to refresh. I'm going into my mind and I'm going, okay, if I could remember another experience I had without any explanation, what is it? And I began to write these things down because everything is bringing to me to where I am right now. Everything. Every personal development, every understanding, every psychic I've ever been to, every palm reader or astrologer, so that I could raise my own emotional intelligence in understanding my own awareness. And when you understand who you are, you understand better who everybody else is. It also keeps you in the present. So this is fascinating. I would love to hear if you had an experience. I'm going to be sharing a few more of these because it all matters. Thanks for pulling up a chair. We'll see you in the next video.